Evans, and I just finished making another mini album. I am kind of obsessed with making minis right now. This one is all about our trip to the Blue Lagoon in Iceland. And I have a whole bunch of these 4x4 mini albums, so I'm going to try and do something with them rather than have them sit on the shelf. I added some hand stitching to the cover. It would not go through my sewing machine, so I just hand stitched these stickers on top. You can see the stitching on the other side, and so I just put a wave sticker in between. And this entire album is made with coordinating colors. I pulled items from my stash to match this color, which is the same color as the water at the Blue Lagoon. On this first page, I cut a piece of transparency and then hand stitched the country of Iceland. And this little heart sticker is where the Blue Lagoon is on the island. Another kind of filler intro page, I filled a pocket with sequins, stitched one line, filled it with more sequins, stitched another line, filled it with more sequins, and stitched the closing line. There is also glitter inside, which is a little surprising. I kind of have a phobia of glitter, but that's okay. And the date, we went on May 2nd, 2017. Another kind of title page, we went to the Blue Lagoon. Get it? I think I've said it like 17 times already. I'm just kidding. So I die cut this Blue Lagoon 3 times from cardstock to make it really thick. And then I backed the letters with pattern paper and then finished by die cutting a solid shape so that the background is nice and clean. And we come to our first picture, so you can see how blue this water is, and yeah, that's why I pulled all colors of cardstock paper embellishments from this color. I just wanted it all to match. Typed and printed some journaling on all of the pockets that have 4x4 photos. I added some washi. I just wrapped a piece of washi tape around the edges so you can kind of see how colorful, yeah, or not colorful, right? I guess it's all one color. And then I stitched a tab to the side, stamped "Take Me Away." This photo says, well, it's not called Sunland. It was raining pretty much every day we were there, and that's okay, we were expecting it. But I just thought it was a funny photo, funny phrase that we kept saying. In this pocket of four pockets, 2 little photos, and then filled these ones with buttons, and to help them stay in place, I stitched the tops closed, so now they won't come out. You can see the buttons through to the other side, and then more photos. Before we got in, I stood and walked around and took photos of the place, so I definitely wanted to include those. On this pocket, I cut 4 squares of cardstock and then sprayed them with adhesive and placed pieces of ribbon and sequins and all kinds of fun things for texture. It's just a fun filler page. On the back side, coordinating colors of cardstock with a little sticker in the center. I printed journaling onto vellum, and the vellum reminds me of the foggy and smokiness that was emanating from the water. I copied and pasted the journaling and fun facts from a blog post that will be going up later about the Blue Lagoon. Here, again, I used spray adhesive to spray a piece of cardstock and then placed baker's twine and yarn down, and to help them stay in place permanently, I stitched down the sides. Topped it with a couple couple stickers. Another large photo with wrapped washi tape around the side, a wave die cut, and then I attached some messy string with a mini wooden clothespin. Large photo, says most favorite. I kept this spread very clean and simple. Sometimes the photos speak louder than the embellishments. Here I trimmed a piece of cardstock to 4x4, and then I stamped using 5 different colors of blue and aqua inks, trimmed it into 2x2 squares, and if there were any open spaces still, I added just a little bit more stamping and then just tucked them in the pockets. So again, very clean and simple, which is a fun change to my layouts, which have lots and lots going on. So in these mini albums, it's fun to just make them clean, make them simple, get them done in a single afternoon. Did I already say that? This whole album came together yesterday afternoon. On this photo, I added a puffy frame sticker and more typed and printed journaling on vellum, trimmed into strips. Here's an embellishment page. I lined mint aqua embellishments down the center and then stitched along the center. And I mirrored that down the right side of this photo and added some handwritten journaling. These lines were stamped with the journaling line stamp in my Oh My Heart collection. This smoothie is so good. They use an Icelandic yogurt called skyr or skyr. Anyway, it's thick and rich in protein. On this photo, I'm not quite sure about these dots. Don't know if these are gonna stay, but it just kind of reminds me of rain. I wanted it to be, again, clean and simple. I kept the receipt from our outing, trimmed a couple of pieces into squares, tucked them in the pockets, and then stitched a center or a word across the center that says love. This little arrow piece right there is actually trimmed from this paper clip. It was a little too long, but I was able to save that bit and stitch it right there. On the back, a couple more photos, a little bit more journaling, and a butterfly sticker with antenna made from pins. On this photo, I added some modeling paste texture to the top to look like rain. And the last page is a family photo. Stamped the date again, stamped a flower on the top because I have that same flower stamp throughout the album. And I just really love how this came together. I'm excited to finally be using these mini albums that I bought when they were on sale. Instead of just sitting on my shelf, they are getting used up. Goodness knows I have a lot to scrapbook from all of our adventures, so I've got enough to keep me busy for a long time. Thanks so much for joining me as I walked through this album. I hope you are inspired to try making something similar.